Tackle junkies, what's going on, everyone? Really appreciate you guys and gals for clicking on the video. The most requested video on my channel, the Tackle Warehouse unboxing. We got a double one for you guys here today. It wasn't like a holiday sale. I think they had like, you sign up for like text or email or something like that, and I think they had like a 15% off sale. So not like a killer sale, but anytime I'm saving some money, I usually make an order. I know you guys love these videos. Let's see some thumbs up down below. Always leave a comment down below of your favorite bait in the order, one maybe you're looking forward to as far as like reviews go. And there's something else I was gonna ask you guys. I didn't know what it was. I looked it up the other day. Some of you have been, I think it's called hyped, like you hyped the video. And I believe that's a new thing. And the more that gets done, I believe your videos are pushed out to like a bigger audience. So that would be awesome if you guys could do that. I believe you can only do it on like mobile phones. But obviously, if you don't like the videos, don't do it. But if you do like them, you want to help me out, man, hype the videos. That would be cool. All right. Okay, you guys know what time it is. Knife of the day. What are you guys rocking in your pocket? We have the Benchmade North Fork S30V steel, one of my favorite fall carries. Love the orange backspacer there, love the wood handle. I really like Benchmade, Spyderco, ProTech, one of my favorites, Giant Mouse. What's your favorite knife brand down below? Lately, I've really been leaning towards the Benchmades, but I do like them all. But Benchmade, man, they got it going on. Before we get into the Tackle Warehouse orders, I want to talk to you guys about the Spro Flapping Frog real fast, okay? I did a video on this frog, multiple videos. Big Mike caught his PB, and we did a review, which I'll link both of those down below. But I said in the review, but I did clear it up, I put a little clip in there, that within a couple fish, the weight falls out, okay? I talked to Spro about that. Apparently, I had like the original version, all right, Gen 1, and they fixed that. This is the newer version, okay? And you'll notice that there is no weight, okay? Which basically made this probably, the best frog ever built, right? So there's no weight to fall out. They're super durable with the material that they used. An awesome frog for sure. But the weight now is internal, so it can no longer fall out. Absolutely love that they did that. Make sure you guys check out my friends over there at Boat Effects. Now, you young guys, you may not be thinking about this right now, but if you get a few years on you, you'll really appreciate a nice set of steps to enter and exit your boat, and Boat Effects has one of the best. They also make some awesome graft mounts. I have a couple here on my rig. I have videos on those, which I'll link down below as well. But guys, peace of mind these days means a lot. These graft mounts are lockable from head to toe. So now you can walk away from your boat and you don't have to worry about your gear getting stolen. On top of that, they come in a bunch of cool colors to match your rig. Guys, I have a discount code for Boat Effects. Code TJ81 will save you guys 10% off. I'll put it on the screen, link it down below. Definitely check them out. Let's hop into the unboxing from Tackle Warehouse. All right. There's one bait in here I'm really excited about. Okay. Is that the junior? That thing looks huge. Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and start with, I guess let's start with some buzzers. Let's start with really the one I'm most excited about. Buzz baits, okay? Let me get them all out here. Now, we're not going to go into like super detail in this video about these buzzers because I want to do a separate video on them, just because, buzz baits probably, no doubt, they are my favorite topwater for sure, and I want to do a separate video on these. But these are from, if I'm saying this correctly, Brazalo, fellow Paisan, I'm assuming, Brazalo lures. These are his buzz baits. I believe he only has a few different baits. He might have a bladed jig He's got these. They're on Tackle Warehouse, obviously. I've seen his videos on YouTube, and definitely wanted to try them out. But there's a lot of cool features on this buzzer. We'll just take one out, but I got 3 here. I believe these are, I don't remember. I want to say 5/16. Could be 5/16. These are the Pro Elite Bushwhacker, okay? And these have the A blade. And there are different blades depending on which one you choose. If I can find his videos again, I will link those down below just because there's a lot of info in those videos about his buzz baits. But let's go ahead and take one out here. We have 3 different ones, basically the same other than blade color. We got a black, we got a gold blade, and then we have the silver blade here. And again, we'll go over features in another video. I'm going to take these to a nearby pond and try them out, and we'll talk about more of the features there. But just a nice looking, well built buzzer. Okay. Got the eye tied up here. Floating ball there for a clacker. Okay. Pretty unique keeper system there. One thing you'll notice are those barbs are out to the side versus top and bottom. And he mentioned in the video that obviously these are for toads or soft plastics. And when the keepers are on the top and the bottom, if you're using a thinner soft plastic, usually those poke through. Okay, so that's why he went, you know, sideways with them. But again, a different head design compared to others as well. So you can push the plastic over the head from the hook being bigger, so it's really at the back of the toad versus being in the middle, better hookup ratio. Again, there's a lot of special little details in this buzzer that we'll go over in another video. But it's definitely one that I wanted to try out, being a, you know, buzzbait fan. So there it is there. You know, again, I want to say these are 5/16 to something else that I really like. You know, if you just buy a half-ounce buzzbait or a 3/8 buzzbait and you put a toad on it, that might be pushing, you know, 5/8 to an ounce or whatever, right? His weights are pretty light, so when you put a toad on there, it's not like super heavy. You know what I mean? So like this one here, I think it's 5/16, and then he's got this mini one. Let's see here, he's got this mini, which I want to say is 3/16. This one's called the Brazalo, the Wee Whacker. Okay, little, you know, miniature buzzer. Again, 3 colors. I got the black. We got gold and silver. Okay, gold and silver. But again, this one is 3/16. So when you put a toad on this one, I believe he said it's around, you know, a half ounce or so. I'll probably do 2 separate videos. I'll do a video on this one. I'll do a video on the bigger one. Let you guys know my thoughts. Go over all the features. I like the twisted eye there. Okay. Basically the same setup with the ball. Little clacker. Okay. Barbs there on the side. Again, a flatter type head. Bigger hook. You know, this dude definitely did his homework on buzzbaits. Really excited to play around with this one here. Okay. And again, I believe these are 3/16. And don't let that weight fool you. Picasso has one. It's a double buzzer. I believe it's only an 1/8 ounce. And usually on that one, I don't put a trailer. I just run the skirt. And even with an eighth ounce, for whatever reason, dude, you can just launch it out there. So I don't really have any concerns being able to cast this one here, especially when you do put a plastic on it. But again, that one is the, what we say that was, the Wee Whacker? Yeah, the Wee Whacker. Okay, that's the miniature one. He's got, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 different ones on Tackle Warehouse. These are the 2 that I picked. Okay, and we'll go ahead and talk about trailers. I didn't get any smaller trailers for those. I should have. I wasn't sure which one I wanted on the smaller one. I watched another video of his, and he uses the smaller toad here. I went ahead and got the bigger toads because in the video I seen, he really liked this toad on there, said it's a perfect fit. So I picked up 3 colors here for the bigger size. And I'll probably go back and grab the smaller toads of the same bait here for the smaller one. But these are the net bait BF toad. Okay, net bait BF toad. This color here is called Trash. I didn't want like a real bright white. It's kind of like an off, I guess an off-white you could call it. Okay. So basically got the little buzzing feet down here. Does not have a slot. Okay, does not have a slot there in the belly. It'll slide right on your buzzer. And like I said, he said this one here is sized up perfect for that buzzbait. We got bullfrog, okay, which is like your green pumpkin chartreuse. Okay, usually when I have a gold blade, I like this color on there. I like a white or that trash color for my silver, and then of course I'll go ahead and put like a black toad on the black blade. And then we have the black white swirl for the black bladed buzzer. This one's a little bit different instead of just your standard, you know, black frog. Okay. Black, white swirl. I think I got some striking ones just like this as well. We have a topwater here. Haven't tossed these in a while. Got a handful of these. Cool bait. This is a Pompadour Junior. New color that came out. It's called Black Shad. You guys know I'm a sucker for anything black shad, so pick that one up there. Okay. Just a crazy type topwater, fun to fish. I haven't caught a ton of fish on these, but again, I just seen the black shad color. You know what? Let's give them another shot. So pretty expensive, I believe. I think these are like mid-20s, but we'll give her a go again. So Pompadour Junior. We got some skirts. These are from Picasso. These are the 3-pack blue, red, pearl. Again, just a good looking shad type color. I've tossed these in the past. Really like this spinnerbait. I think the ones I got in the past, I want to say they were 1/2 ounce, I believe. This one is 3/8. I thought this was a new color as well. It was called, I can't read that. It's called, let's see here, Steel Shad. 3/8 ounce steel shad. So again, just a great looking shad pattern there. Okay. Steel shad. All right, next up, we got a bunch of crankbaits. I do have one other brand in here besides the OSP. This one here is Megabass. This is the Blowly, B-L-O-W-L-Y, Blowly. I think is how you pronounce that. Color is blackback chartreuse. Take this one out here. You guys know I'm a sucker for a square bill. If you're wanting to try this one out here. I like the size of that. It's kind of like a little bigger than a 1.0, not a 1.5 size. Kind of like, I guess like a 1.2 or so. Okay, you can see here, yeah, there's holes like in the cheeks, one in top of the head. So I'm not sure how that affects the action and all that. We'll play around with that and do a review and all that, but that's different. Again, I didn't really do my research on it as far as, you know, what it does, but we will find out and do a video on that. Circuit board lip. Okay. Sticky sharp hooks. All right, the last up we have 5 crankbaits from OSP. Appreciate my dudes on Instagram. You know who you are, always giving me a hand with picking out some cool lures. OSP has a wide variety of lures. I got all the shallow ones. I'm not much of a deep fisherman with the water clarity that I fish the most. So again, I got all the shallow ones that I've seen. I hear so much about this brand as far as, you know, crankbaits go, and I wanted to try them all out. So these are the ones that I seen on Tackle Warehouse, and I picked up one of each and just play around with. Obviously, if I like them, I'll pick up some more colors. But we have the, let's go let's start with, I guess, the smallest one, which would be this one here. This is the Blitz SSR, okay? SSR, 2-inch bait. These are all going to dive, like I said, fairly shallow. I'm sure no deeper than, 4 to 6 feet. This one here is probably like just a foot or two, but the other ones, like I said, maybe max on those is like, 4 to 6 feet or so. But, and I don't know what the colors are. Again, I can't read Japanese, but sweet looking crankbait. Okay, love the color there. Are these silent? Silent bait. Okay. Good looking little square bill though. Digging that. Okay, nice wide lip. Circuit board. So then there's a Blitz. Okay, I have a Blitz here rattling and a silent. And then I have a Blitz Max rattling and a silent. Okay, so that's basically the difference there. So I got one of each, a rattling and a silent. These ones here, probably closer to a 2.5 size, which I don't throw much. Yeah, 2.5 inches. This one here is, this one doesn't say. Length 53 millimeters. This one's probably more my style, my size. Colors, again, don't know. Can't read Japanese. But this one here is the silent. Good looking color. They're all basically shad patterns. Digging that color, that's cool. Circuit board lip. The rattling, love that color. That'll show up well in that stained and muddy water that I fish. Basically, it's like a pearl or a white. A little bit of blue there on the chin, pinkish color underneath there. I guess blue on the cheeks, and then a little pinkish color there on the chin, shad dots. Nice looking color. Yeah, you can see the blue there. A little pink underneath, shad dot. Just a pearl. You should be able to hear that rattle. And then these here are the Max, which is the bigger size. Here's the rattling. Like the color, but yeah, I usually don't throw this size too much. I don't think it's quite as big as a 2.5, but it's definitely close. Yeah, that ain't too bad. That's not quite as big as a 2. I guess really what it is the shape. A 2.5 is typically got a bit more belly here, so that shape does give it a bit smaller profile. Obviously, you should be able to hear the rattle there. A good looking color. Chartreuse belly, kind of like a greenish back chartreuse stripe, pearl. Like a bluish green, kind of. Again, circuit board lip, good looking color there. Do a little size comparison. This is the bigger one here. How can we do that? Bigger one. Here's the smaller one. Okay. So pretty decent difference, but not huge. There's definitely a bigger difference from a standard like, KVD 1.5 to 2.5. These aren't that big a difference. Again, I think it has a lot to do with the shape there. So I'll definitely throw that. Okay. And then we have the other one here, which is the silent. This color, I thought I said on there, yeah, this one is blackback shiner. Okay. Good looking shad color here. Blackback shiner. If you have any experience at all with these baits, let me know down below. What pound test performs best with them and all that. I like that. It's got black back, fades to like a silverish, grayish pearl into like kind of like a peach belly. That's a good looking color there. I mean, color's not super important for me as long as it shows up in that muddier water. But at least for me, I do have, you know, more confidence in some colors than others, you know. So even though it doesn't really matter to the fish, I think I just fish them better when I have confidence in the color. And I really do like that peach belly there. That's pretty cool. Okay. Guys, I do plan to, you know, do some videos on these, probably like a review or just kind of a, you know, first impression on the water with all these crankbaits. If you guys are looking forward to that, let me know. I'm definitely excited for the buzzers, and hopefully you guys are as well. I do believe that's it. Yeah, these crankbaits, I didn't really get much in here. This order was pretty dang expensive. I want to say it was like close to 200 bucks. 183 here and another 70 for them few. Yeah, a lot of those crankbaits were like, you know, mid-20s or so. Of course, I got 15% off, but they're definitely not cheap, so hopefully they catch me some fish. Anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, let me know down below what bait you're most excited about. Definitely going to do videos, separate videos on those buzz baits, and definitely those crankbaits for sure. If you guys want videos on the High Pitcher Max, again, I've been throwing these for a while now. Love that spinnerbait. We can do one on that as well. And I could even do one on the Pompadour. You know, I didn't plan on doing a review on that. You know, that was just a bait for me that I wanted to fish and all that. But if you guys want a video on these as well, we can do that. Okay? Anyways, guys, that's it, man. That'll wrap it up. If you guys liked the video, be sure to smash that thumbs up. Love ya. And we will see you guys on the next one.